So the 10-speed automatic's pretty quick to shift. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be going over a 2020 F-150. Now this is obviously a regular F-150, but it's not quite regular. It has the black appearance package and it's a Lariat. Obviously in today's video we're going to be getting into if you should get an F-150 at this point, and more specifically a 2020. As always, a huge shout out and thank you to the Ford Lincoln here in Provo for providing us with the truck. Check out their inventory in the link below. Let's get right into the video. Under the hood, we have a twin turbo 3.5 liter V6 that goes through 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy 16 around town and then 22 on the highway, with power outputs being 375 horsepower and then 470 pound-feet of torque. You can also get a 5-liter V8 and then also a 2.7 liter V6, a 3-liter V6 that's a diesel engine, and then finally a 3.3 liter naturally aspirated V6 as engine options for the F-150. Now let's go over the front end on this F-150. Now this one, like I said, has the black appearance package, so nothing has changed with the hood, but you guys will notice that the headlights have been blacked out as part of that black appearance package, and then you do get full LED lights here on the Lariat package that this one is. They darken the emblem, and you notice that there's a little camera there at the front of the emblem for the front camera. Tow hooks, those are unchanged, and then you do get body color bumpers, and then the whole grille has also been blacked out, and the grille style is a little bit different compared to most other F-150s, but that is the front end. Around the side here, we've got two 75mm tires on 20-inch wheels in the front and in the rear as well, and then these are kind of like the more street-oriented tires you can get with the F-150. And then again, the wheels are completely blacked out as part of that black appearance package, and then you can see the fender flare that comes all the way around, blacked out F-150 badging right there on the side. The mirrors are going to be body painted with the truck, and then you get these cool black running boards on the side as well, and then there's your kind of like full side view. Now here's the key fob for this F-150 Lariat. You guys will notice that you've got the Ford logo on the back, and then on the front you've got the unlock, the lock function, remote start, and then the drop down for the tailgate. To do the remote start, you have to lock the truck and then you press the remote start function twice, and then you can hear that 3.5 liter V6 rumble to life. Get a revving clip in a little bit for you guys. Press it again, that'll shut it off, and then the next function is the tailgate drop down. So just press that function twice and then that'll slow lower down the tailgate. Now F-150s don't come standard with a bed liner. It is an option. It's pretty expensive, so sometimes getting an aftermarket bed liner is a little bit of a better route. This one also does have the bed step, so you pull this little thing out and you can step on that, and the handle you can pull up so you can get into the bed. And then you guys will notice that you do get LED lights here in the back of this F-150 Lariat, and then you've got the little cargo light there at the top. But well, that's everything for the back, and if you're wondering how to put this back, it's pretty straightforward. Just got to put it in like that and then lock up the old tailgate. Hopefully you guys can see the taillights. I do have them on, and then you notice that the Ford logo here in the back has also been blacked out. All the logos here on the rear have been blacked out. Body painted bumpers, you got parking sensors on those, and then you do get the full LED lights that kind of come up here, and these are pretty much the same color as any other F-150, so nothing's been changed there. You've got the blacked out FX4 off-road badging, and that is everything for the rear. Now coming into the rear, you guys can see the door panel here for the back, and this one actually does have the carbon fiber inserts here on the door panel, and the door handle just kind of looks cool. These, by the way, are for the bed, if you're wondering. Those go into those little plug-in holes right there for tie downs, if you guys were always wondering what these little things are right here. But popping in, you guys can see that step-in height is really good. It's really easy to get in. And then you guys can see legroom's also really solid. I'm 5'11", if you're wondering. Headroom is solid as well. And I get this little kind of like cup holder pull out. You can kind of pop that out to be some extra cup holders right there. Couple vents in this area. You've got heated seats. You've got a bunch of little areas where you can charge devices with the USBs, and then you do have a full power outlet as well. Couple cup holders at the top right there. Got some extra storage back there, and that's everything for the back. Oh, rubber floor mats come with the FX4 package, and there's what under the seat looks like. Coming to the front, you do have keyless entry for the front, and then the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. Now actually opening up the front, you guys will notice that the door panel actually has soft touch here in the front where it doesn't in the back. Got that nice stitching that comes across. More of that carbon fiber trim down here. You've got all of your controls for the windows. You got your memory seat controls just down below as well. And then here are the seats at the front. So again, they've continued that white stitching. The seats though are all black, and it's pretty hot because it's in the sun. And then you got the bolsters down here, which are actually really soft to the touch. Got your adjustments there on the side of the seat. And then here's what the pedals look like at the bottom. Got your parking brake right there with the adjustable pedals. Your light controls on that part, and those are for the mirrors on the side. And then the steering wheel is automatically adjustable. Start her up, just push the push button. It'll say built Ford tough, and everything will come to life. Here's the steering wheel in this black appearance package. You guys can see these are all the volume controls on this side. On the other side, the controls for the center stack. And then on this side down here, you've got the controls for the adaptive cruise control, voice command controls on that part. Again, that stitching contrast the black leather all around. And then other than that, steering wheel's pretty simple. And by the way, that's the stock to do the high beams and then also the windshield wipers. Now coming into the center here, obviously you can see that it's telling me fuel's low, doors open, all that kind of stuff. But you can see RPMs on the left side, on the right side, you've got the speed. And then here in the center, that's the most important part. You can go through a couple different bits of information. So you can see fuel economy right now, for example, and then you can change what the gauge view is. I usually just leave it to be a speedometer in my F-150. You can see towing status, got your off-road status, which is really important if you do take this FX4 package off-road, and that's everything for the center stack. Above the touchscreen, you guys can see a couple controls starting over on the left side, which is this side right here. You've got the hill descent control, you've got the stability control right next to that, hazard lights. This is for the camera system, that's the auto stop start to turn it on or off. If you press this, notice that you get a camera view at the front and then also the bird's eye view. And then if you press it again, it'll do just like a full frontal view, and then you press it again, it'll do kind of like a view from the side right there as well. And then with the other part of the camera, this is the reverse camera that pops up. And you guys will notice that you can zoom in with the receiver hitch with that as well, still get the bird's eye view, and that's all for the camera. This is Ford's newest iteration on the sync system. Really easy to use. Touch response time is pretty decent on this. You got some cool functions like navigation, for example. It takes a second to load up, but it works pretty well. You can control the climate from here. And if you guys are wanting the heated steering wheel, you do have to go into the touchscreen to turn that on or off. But the seats and everything else you guys will see just down below. Now that we're down below, you guys can see you've got the controls for the radio. And then in this area, you've got the controls for the dual zone climate, and then you've got the heated and ventilated seat controls as well. Your driveline select is over here, so you've got your 2-wheel high, 4-wheel auto, 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low, and then you got your locker in the rear, and then the trailer backup system, and then the trailer brake controls as well. Now because it has the carbon fiber added to it, you have it on this little lid right here that you can slide back and forth. Got a couple USBs in there and some extra little storage in that area. Here's the shifter for the 10-speed automatic. You can shift the gears yourself with those little buttons if you'd like. Just go into the manual mode for that. This is your lane departure assistance, and then right next to it is your parallel and perpendicular parking assistance. A couple cup holders. Center console is leather on the top. Opening up, you guys will see it's absolutely massive, and I actually like this little thing here at the top. It's pretty useful in general. And then coming over to the glove box, you guys will notice the glove box is pretty decently sized. You got a power outlet just next to the glove box, and you got more of that carbon fiber trim with kind of leather all around. Now coming up top here, you guys can see the little glasses holder, and then you do get a power rear sliding window in the back. Universal garage door openers. This one does have a panoramic sunroof, which is an extra option, and well, that's everything for the top. Now let's quickly get into pricing on this F-150. So this particular F-150 in the Lariat with the black appearance package and all that, stickers for about $65,000 for any type of market adjustment. Obviously, since this is a 2020, there are some deals to be had right now. And that all being said, well, let's take her out and get out of the 102-degree weather outside, because yeah, it's hot. Let me quickly show you guys visibility here on the F-150 before we set off. So there's your visibility all throughout the hood. Here's your visibility through both of the mirrors in this F-150, and then here's your visibility all throughout the rear as well. And that all being said, let's set off. I'm setting off here in the 2020 F-150, and I'm going to kind of make like generalizations across the whole F-150 lineup for this driving portion, obviously to hopefully help you guys decide if you should buy a 2020 F-150 instead of the 2021. So first off, the ride quality on the standard F-150 is actually really smooth. So if you want kind of just like a smooth riding truck, then it's definitely a great option to go for from that perspective. And then also from the noise insulation standpoint, it's also really solid as well. So if you want a smooth, quiet truck, then the F-150 is really good. Now in terms of the handling, the steering's very light, but the truck handles really well. It's really easy to place. It's not a very wide truck per se, so it definitely just, it's so good. Like compared to my Raptor, this just feels like tiny. And even compared to Ram's trucks, so these are probably about a good well, not quite that, yeah, probably about 5 inches narrower compared to a Ram 1500, somewhere around that. I might be off by a little bit, sorry if I'm off by a little bit, but yeah, you can definitely feel that in the handling with a smaller size on it. And we can see brakes up here. Yeah, brakes are really solid. They work really well. And oh my gosh, this road is clear for the first time in history. We're gonna get our acceleration. So the 10-speed automatic's pretty quick to shift. It's quick. So just right off the line, you get tons of torque. And then once you get up and going and get into those turbos, it just keeps moving. It's really powerful. It is by far the quickest accelerating truck right now, I would say. I mean, the GMC with the 6.2 liter V8 is pretty close, but it's just not quite on the same level as the F-150. And I don't know if it's just because of how everything is with the gearing, because they have the same transmission, which is weird, but this just feels like it's peppier. But also I'm at 4,500 feet elevation, so maybe the elevation with the turbos makes this win over the naturally aspirated engine. And that'll lead me to summing things up. So the new 2021 F-150 is really cool. It has a ton of cool tech. The interior is nicer. The exterior styling, I actually like it. It's kind of grown on me after looking at it quite a few times. And so here's what I have to say. If you just want a practical truck that will get the job done, then the 2020 F-150 is the route to go. But if you want all the new bells and whistles and you want to, and the interior's, you know, more important to you and all that kind of stuff, then that is where the new F-150 is going to shine. So just depending on what your specific needs are for a truck will determine which one you want. Do you want them a little bit more? Well, it's probably more than a little bit more. Do you want the more expensive, like brand new body style truck? Or would you rather save some money and get pretty much all the same, not the exact same capability, but most of the same capability for a lot less money? And that's really where it stands. And so, yeah, if that's kind of where you're at, get the 2020 F-150. This black appearance package is definitely a cool one to look into. That is gonna sum things up for our video on the 2020 F-150 black appearance package. I hope this helped you guys out if you are thinking about buying an F-150 right now. As always, a huge shout out and thank you to the Ford Lincoln here in Provo for providing us with the truck. Check out the inventory in the link below. I'll see all of you in the next video.